Hey everyone, today is the 1st of July 2020 and we're going to talk about the importance of having a good childhood. It's the beginning of your life. The beginning of your life that will mark you for the rest of your life. So if you have a good childhood, you will probably turn out to be a balanced person. If you have a bad childhood, you probably have bad recollections of your childhood that you will carry along with you for the rest of your life. That's going to define you as a person. So I think having a good childhood is very important. If I look at myself, and I'll be very honest, my dad always worked hard. He would always work hard. I always see him in the weekend. I had a very loving mother. She took care of us. She did it in her way. Me and my brother, we were always deviant persons. We were deviant. We were just young kids, exploring everything, always pushing the limits and everything. But we had a good childhood. There was no divorce, there was no money issues, there were no nothing, so there was certain stability. If you're young, you don't want to be dealing with your parents not getting along. You don't want to be dealing with, dad can't pay the mortgage. All that stress will directly be feeded into you as a child. And it will do something with you. If your parents, for instance, go to a divorce, that stress and that hardship, the battle between your parents, the ones that you both love, most of the time, that will do something with you. It does. And I think it will reflect on you later on in life if you'll be able to trust a person 100%. Because trusting another human being that's just as complex as yourself is difficult, especially if you've been through some hardships and people let you down and the people you love let you down. And at a young age, how you dealing with that stuff? It will do something to your psychological well-being that you will carry with you for the rest of your life. And you will deal with it differently when you're 18, and you will deal with it differently when you're 30, and you will deal differently when you're 40, because by that time you have some kind of life experience. But back to the matter at hand, the importance of having a good youth. That's very important. I go back to my own example. My parents, they both worked hard, but they were there when they needed us. They could have given us everything, they didn't. When we needed to, need is a big word, when we wanted something, like something bigger than a Snickers. Let's say, for instance, I was into IT already in the 90s. If I wanted a new computer, yeah, boy, I understand. Work for it. And I did. I worked since the age of 12. Yes, I was a paper boy. Yes, I worked in the supermarket. It's all good. Even if it took me 2 years to save up for a new computer, eventually I got it. It was sitting on my desk and it was earned all by myself. And I could look at it by the age of 15, 16. And it was all paid for by myself. And I worked my ass off for it, yes, but I also knew the value of it. And that's what I was able to see the value of money, and I was able to enjoy my computer that much more because I was the one that basically took care of it. I took care of my own needs. So that does something to you. And I love the way of parenting like that. Okay, again, the importance of having a good youth. It is important. It's the foundation of everything. I know a few people that don't have a good childhood, and I just see it reflect on the way they behave, the way they make decisions. They're running away from stuff. They're running away from being hurt. They're running away from the reality. They want to switch continents if needed. They want nothing that reminds them of that kind of time, those hardships. Sometimes it's something that happened to them 20 years ago. I'm 35, I just told you. So when they're 15, something happened. And it still affects them to this day. So the importance of a good childhood, to me, it's very important. Very, very important. Also, I had friends that grow up in a place with a very successful parent that run a very successful business. But that dad worked 80, 90 hours a week. Probably. Or that's what he said. And as soon as he come home and his son wants some attention, he just gave him 150 euros. That's not love. You know, and what the hell are you going to do with 150 euros when you're 16 years old? You're only going to buy trouble with that 150 euros. You know, you're going to buy booze, you're going to buy drugs. I mean, you can order 2 hookers as far as I'm concerned. You can do whatever you want. You know, money is power, and when you're 16, you don't know what you're doing. You're not a man. You don't know what you're doing. You're not a man by the time you're 25, maybe. You know? So it's complicated. You're a kid, basically. So I saw it all. And, you know, I have those things where I just reflect on life. I sit behind a mic, I just speak it out. And I think it's very important to try to have a good youth. Or at least, if you're a parent, try to give your child a good youth. Because that will reflect on your child. His character, how he perceives the world and how he perceives other people. How he will probably deal with people in the professional matter, in the private matter. It really matters. It does matter. You're probably looking at some footage. This is the place I grew up between the age of 16 and I would say the age of 25. After that I was kind of on my own, living here and there, eventually coming back when I was 27 for half a year and then definitely move out on my own. It was a nice time, you know, learned a lot. Still, I always worked in the weekend. I never went to festivals. I never went to the cinema. I just didn't give a shit. I want to get that money, and as soon as I wanted something, you know, I bought it myself. I could drive my car to all over Europe if I wanted, you know, but I never spent it on nonsense, and still to this day I don't do that. You know, I could buy a big ass Mercedes, but I don't do it because it's not needed, you know? The importance of money, and that's what I've been told since the age of 12, because I work since the age of 12. Always being self-sufficient, not always, and when I did good, my parents supported me, you know? Just as an extra bonus. So again, your parents and the way you're brought up, so the importance of a good youth, that's just the key to everything. Isn't it? As far as I'm concerned, it is. Because I see how people grow up when they don't have that good foundation, that good start in life. And the start of life is youth. It is. It's very easy to get addicted to drugs. It's very easy to be, you know, in that situation because friends do certain stuff. Because of peer pressure, because you're youthly innocent, it's very easy to get derailed in life. As a parent, you also gotta keep on top of your kids. Just see what they're doing, check up on them, see what's going on inside their mind. So, childhood is very important in my book. Because what you learn in your youth is something that you're going to apply in the rest of your life. So if you're brought up right, you're going to have a good relationship, you're going to have good working relationship, you're going to probably have good work ethic. And when you have a bad relationship with your parents because of the stuff that happened earlier on in your life, maybe your parents are not to blame, maybe they're not, but they didn't provide a stable environment for you to grow as a minor. Trust me, those first 15 years are so important. What kind of education you got, what kind of caring you got from your parents, what kind of environment they created for you as a person to grow. Because we all come from nothing. We're all monkeys. You know, we're all dumb monkeys learning this system because we live in a system. And we all need to understand. And still, it's all fine to comply with a system if it gets you further. And only if it gets you further. Never comply. But that's another thing. We also need to know certain key values of being a human being. Trusting one another. Having respect and faith in your parents. Try to have a good, meaningful relationship with your parents, with your classmates, with your friends, with your girlfriend, with your wife, whatever. It's complicated. We're all individuals. We all born alone and we all die alone. And I know this is all hard, whatever, but this is really the truth. We're all born alone. We will all die alone. And that means that we are individuals. So, okay, maybe I'm going a little bit too far. Let's go back to the topic of childhood. Childhood is very important. It is. I think I said enough with what I said before. And I just, for inspiring parents or for people who are broken, who had a tough upbringing, who had not a loving father or a loving mom, and who are still kind of broken over it, you have a second chance, even if you're 50-year-old. Even if you're a 50-year-old, you have a second chance. You just really need to have the guts to look inside your heart, to find something that you want, something that gives you energy, something that you want to live for, and that will pull you out of this hole. Listen, we all got to work. We all got to have bills to pay. We all got stuff to do, stuff we don't want. But when you don't take care of it, 80% of your life is just filled with bullshit that you never asked for. And that's really sad in my eyes. But, you got to go out there, think about your life, think about your abilities, and pull yourself out of there. Because positive thinking and actions, especially actions, will pull you out of that hole. I think it's a very beautiful topic. I rarely see it talked about, but when you think about it, you're a human being. You grow, right? You grow from basically a few cells to a human being at 18. And at 18 here in the West and in 21 in the United States, you're expected to be an adult. But basically, you're still a kid. You don't know shit. You don't. And I remember myself when I was young. You don't know shit. And those years after that, from let's say early 20 until 30, you develop yourself as a human being. As an adult. With responsibilities and with pressures and whatever. And you can either handle that or you can snap. And all of that really basically depends on your childhood. How you was raised. How you deal with certain situations. What situations were dealt to you. It's all kind of complex. And maybe you were handed out a lucky card. And maybe you were handed out a bad card. It also depends on character. How you're going to deal with that stuff. Again, if you're in a good place, please inspire other people. There's so many people struggling out there with just being alive. Just getting out of bed every day and just, getting ready for the day. And if you're in a bad place, just remember, man, there's so many people out there that may be worse off than you. And just really dig into your own heart. And find something that it is you want to do. Find something. Find something to live for and keep on going. And what happened maybe 20, 30 years ago might not even be the problem really of your parents. Because maybe they were dealt bad cards. You never know. What really matters is the present, the right now and the right here. What's needed, where's your talent at. Get out of bed and keep on moving. Thanks for listening.